Cyberpunk 2077 had some high expectations when it was first shown in E3 and then shown again for the second time, showing that it was going to come out within the next 2 to 3 years. And unfortunately, it did not live up to the expectations that most people had for it, and that's being nice about it. If you're being honest and kind of truthfully brutal, the game was a complete disaster and probably should have been in the oven at least a year or two more, and should have been only for next-gen consoles. On the PS4, the game is virtually unplayable. On the PS5 and on PC, it is playable, and on Xbox as well, but this should have been a next-gen game only because it's kind of obvious that they were shooting for that. But because they weren't willing to wait, and this has nothing to do with the developers, but the people that are higher than them making all the business decisions, couldn't wait at least a year or two to recoup the money that they invested into this game, push them to release it and to crunch to be able to release it at this time, which is why it feels really incomplete when you first play Cyberpunk 2077. And with all that bad stuff happening to Cyberpunk and to CD Projekt Red, CD Projekt Red has spent a lot of money on this game, and they rightfully had to. Now the game runs and looks as beautiful as it should have when it first launched. Does it live up to all the expectations that it set for itself in E3? Not really, but I really didn't expect it to, especially after everything that happened. The game was pretty bad. It was a pretty bad game to where PlayStation removed it from its store. And with Phantom Liberty coming in out and people calling it Game of the Year or DLC of the Year, it gives us hope for the future, but it also gives us a lesson into what to do with these companies. We should only reward them when it is necessary to do so. A game pre-order should only be to companies that are worthy of doing so. Keep in mind that even without Phantom Liberty's 3 million sales, that Cyberpunk 2077 sold at least 22 million copies of Cyberpunk. And that is not exactly my idea of trying to keep a company honest. And I think the lesson learned from this is don't pre-order games that you don't have faith in companies making a good game from. And by good games, I mean people who will release a game that is at least playable and not unfinished, which is very rare in the gaming industry, unfortunately. While I am extremely happy and extremely elated that people love Cyberpunk now and that are rewarding them with 3 million copies of sold DLC and of the Cyberpunk 2077 game altogether, it kind of makes us hope that we learn our lesson into rewarding companies that kind of screw us over, especially when all the bad decisions that were going on in CD Projekt Red were by the higher ups. They were the ones that forced it to be launched ahead of time. They were the ones that made them crunch, and they were the ones that put pressure on a bunch of developers that had lost a good amount of its team. Not all of them, not all of the veterans left, but a good amount of them had left, and putting that amount of pressure on them to a new genre, to a whole new type of biome, and to a whole new type of gameplay was kind of unrealistic and should have given them more time, because it shows with how even after the update that they do, NPCs are horrible compared to other open world games like Grand Theft Auto. The way cops react to people and to you doing things in the game is completely robotic and still kind of bad, to be honest with you. While Cyberpunk 2077 does play really well now and the story is really good, anything outside of that is kind of dead. Even though some of the best parts of Cyberpunk 2077 are the side missions, the world kind of feels a little lifeless sometimes because of the fact that NPCs are a little bit crap. Now, I do think that the next Cyberpunk that they make is going to be a lot better than what they did now. I only hope that we understand and that we learn that as gamers, the reason why these companies do so bad is because we don't do them any favors by pre-ordering their games and by buying unfinished products. While it's fun to play a game right away and have the game in day one, it really doesn't make sense anymore as a gamer to do that. It only enables companies to keep prices up and to keep doing bad practices that they continue to do. It's also on us to be able to say no to things that we know are going to be incomplete and unfinished and also kind of ripping us off, and we're like, yes please. Thank you for watching my video, guys. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Another thing that you can do if you want to help out is watch another video. It helps a lot. For some reason the algorithm says, hey, that person's watching another video on YouTube, so it sends it out to be recommended to more people, and I would greatly appreciate you guys doing that. I hope you guys have a great day, and remember, you are pretty good. Dude, I keep getting sick, like, and it's annoying, and this is the after show, by the way. I had to take some antibiotics yesterday that I had here at home because they were doing some tests on me to see what I was sick on, and I think it's the same thing that I always get all the time, and hopefully I'll be able to fix it, because I think that I need IV antibiotics in order to like make it go away permanently, because it's just a whole situation. But the point is, I keep getting sick and it's so annoying. Like, I'm like, that's why I'm so late on this video. It's like, damn, like, this is where I wish I had an editor, but like, you know, baby steps. Sometimes you gotta edit when you're sick. All right, guys, later. You're pretty good. That's the after show. I don't have anything to eat or drink. I have a gum. Hold on, let me go get the gum. Okay, now for reals. Bye.